Hello and welcome back to Outside of Ordinary. It is Wednesday, isn't it? And today I was just thinking about something that happened to me when I was recently in California. Here when a husband and I drove fashionista daughter's U-Haul out there to move her to Hollywood. And we had just crossed the California border. And we're at a gas station, stopping obviously for gas. And I run inside to get some things that we need, some snacky wackies. And I'm standing in line, and the guy in front of me turns around, looks at me, does a double take, and he's like, "Oh my goodness, oh my gosh, I don't believe it." And I'm just kind of like, what? He's, "You don't even recognize me, do you?" And I'm like, you know what? He actually looks a little familiar, so I'm trying to figure out, where do I know this guy? I mean, I'm in California, so I don't know. And he goes, "Brian, it's Brian." He goes, "I sat behind you in second grade." Well, I mean, it's been a little while since I've been in second grade, so I'm racking my brain. I remember going to school with a kid named Brian Ralston, but honestly, I could not even tell you what he looked like. So I'm just going, and at this point, I would have loved to have seen my face because I was just blown away. And he starts laughing at me. And then he just he just says, "I'm just pulling your leg. I have no idea who you are." And I just start laughing. Because honestly, this guy, he doesn't look creepy. He just looks like a normal guy, and he's just laughing. And so he turns around, then he turns around back to me again. He says, "You're not by any chance going to the post office, are you?" And I'm like, "Not today. I don't know." And he says, "Well, if you go, just ignore that picture on the wall." So I start laughing. I'm like, "Oh, so you're telling me your picture's on the wanted posters at the post office?" Because, you know, the whole bank robbery thing didn't work out well for me. And so I just start playing along with it. And I'm like, "Well, but you're here, you're out, so life is good. It's good to see you're doing better." Again, he just starts laughing at me, and he finishes paying, and he extends his hand and introduces himself as Brian, and said it was a lot of fun, and he leaves, right? And I'm just like, this is crazy. That was really funny. That was just really funny. So I go outside, and Hero Husband's at the gas pump, and he's obviously upset because something's not working. I don't know. He can't get the gas to pump or whatever. And guess who's helping him? Brian. So Brian doesn't know we're connected yet, and I approach, and I'm like, "What's going on here?" And Hero Husband's like, the pump's not working, and da-da-da-da. And I go, "Well, it's this guy's fault. He was just inside, and he's causing all this trouble, and it's all broke down because of this guy." Now, of course, Brian's laughing. Hero Husband's very confused, and it's at this point that I notice that Hero Husband's wearing the sunglasses that he bought back in Flagstaff, Arizona, a few miles back, and he still has the UV stickers on them. And I can't help myself but saying, "Honey, you need to take the stickers off your sunglasses." Whereas Brian interjects, he goes, "You don't need to tell him that. It's okay." And Hero Husband's just upset. He's just confused. And he's like, "Maybe I want him that way." I'm like, "Maybe they look better that way. You're right." And we're all just laughing. So, I mean, it's just absurd. And so is the story, because it really doesn't have a punchline other than the fact that, you know, sometimes I think we just need to laugh. You know, the joy of the Lord is our strength. Laughter's like a good medicine, all those wonderful scriptures. But at the same time, you know, we live in such a serious world that it brought such joy. I mean, Hero Husband and I were exhausted. We've been driving all day. We're almost to our destination. And it's just exactly what my heart needed, was that medicine of laughter. So Brian, if you ever see this, a big shout out to you for making me laugh and reminding me that sometimes it's okay to just visit with total strangers and make them smile. And maybe tonight you're all wrought after a hard day. I'm going to encourage you to have an outside of ordinary evening and laugh. Maybe play a practical joke on someone you love. Either way, have an outside of ordinary night. It's been great having you. Thanks for joining me.